Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, stepping from the port. We in first black champ. Let it begin. Camp from the port. JR. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, stepping from the port. We in first black champ. Let it begin. Camp from the port. JR bang in the corner. Real talk, real heat. Tune in, now we on ya. Ding, ding, stepping. Mic check. Let it spin. From the port. We in first black champ. Let it begin.
Hey, I didn't know why that intro didn't play like it was supposed to at the beginning, but shit, that's what happens when we be gone for a while. But we're back. First black champ on a special occasion. Why? Because exactly on this day, 9 years ago today, the first black champ podcast started. So we could not have this day be passed up without a new episode. I am JR Bang. And matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and give it to Cam. Turn your mic back on, though.
Have to do.
There we go. All right, you know what? I'm just going to hold this right now because we are back. We are back rolling. It is the first Black Champ podcast. And even though it's been a minute, and I apologize. Okay, I apologize for that because it's on me. Your podcast in the kind of.
And his mic went out again, y'all. And his mic went out again. But that's Cam from the Port. I am JR Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast. Barbershop Network is the home
of the first Black Champ podcast.
There you go.
All right. I'm gonna switch mics just in case.
Hey, switch the mics.
Well, you know, I mean, hey, listen, just in case this mug times out on me again, I just want to make sure that I got this down.
And it timed out on him again. So we're going to let him change the microphones.
Yeah, see? It's just better if I just change the mic.
Just better if I change the mic. We all good.
Boom. There we go. All right. So we'll get that settled another time. You know what I'm saying? Had some Wi-Fi conditions. A lot of things going on in Nashville. Besides the Zeta invasion, there's been a lot of storms. And and these storms come in periodically. You just don't know what you're going to get out here. And right now, I don't get Wi-Fi. But we'll be back. It'll be back. I promise.
Hey, but hey, man, look, as I mentioned just a couple of seconds ago, 9 years. Now, if you are day one person, you remember us when we was having audio issues in the first place.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Listen, look at me throwing it back.
You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Miriam earlier. It was like, yo, yeah, it's been 9 years. Oh, bet. And I was thinking about the 9 years and how really for me on my end, this podcast starts from me being in Trey's room in Silver Spring, Maryland in 2017.
Yeah.
So if it's 2017, Trey's 3 years old. Trey be 12. Trey be 12, y'all. It'd be 12 coming up in a couple of weeks when we look at it, because it is the 12th. So next month, I have a 12-year-old. What the hell going on? So this podcast has seen the growth of kids. This podcast has seen the growth of a lot of stuff when it comes to this. But we've always set aside time on a Saturday or a Sunday to talk about what? Wrestling like nobody else. I mean, this goes into some of the earlier episodes with Jinder Mahal winning the championship over Randall Keith Orton and me being upset. This podcast has gone with Camp from the Port with probably the most ridiculous WrestleMania prediction of all time.
And one of them is back though, and the other one is rumored to be coming back.
Hey, right, yeah. When we think about it,
it starts ridiculous, but then other things happen. And you know, hey, for real quick, Shout to DJ Epidemic and Logic Studio, Logic Radio, because that's where I was recording the very first episode of the First Black Champ podcast. So literally trying to get everything either through their system or through the board, and trying to make everything work, sound. We were on phones, we were on other people's computers, we were in different studios, we were in kids' rooms. We did a lot to make just one episode happen. And man, we've come a long way, even with the unexpected hiatuses and life issues and wrestling changes, and some of our favorite people on life and entertainment and sports have passed while shows have been going on. Like, there's been so much to create and recreate the First Black Champ podcast. So man, if you've ever been around, I mean, obviously any episode, we appreciate you. But man, if you've really been here since July of 2017, boy, do we appreciate you. I don't want the show to go on any further without giving my personal appreciation to JR Bang. Because there's a lot of times where this show, honestly, it would have been dead in the water had he not just been picking up the ball on just a lot of things that I have just totally failed on. I do appreciate that. I've always said that I'd never do this show without him, and I'm going to stick to that, obviously. I also just thank and appreciate and respect you, sir, for not totally just kicking this to the curb, because you could, because you have so many other great things to focus on, personally and professionally, and to do. So, man, to help keep the show afloat and to take it to everywhere it's been over the last, I'd say 4 or 5 years, to be honest with you, man, do I appreciate it. And I always feel that this is something that I'll never stop doing, and hopefully I can get my life in a certain kind of track to where we can keep doing it for 52 weeks every year.
Well, look, man, on the flip side of it, this show was your idea. Like, this show was birthed by you. Like, this was not a group think. This was literally I got an idea. Let's do this podcast. We always talking about wrestling. You want to do it? I was like, I bet. Shit, it didn't take long. Like, it didn't take much for me to say that. But this is birthed from you, and it's funny because I was talking to Sean Knight. This is a little bit after, he got the video for your birthday and everything, and he was telling me, he was telling me about the wrestling convention that he was going to, and I got to follow up with him on this because Ron Simmons was there, and I told him, just tell Ron Simmons, like, look, this podcast was named after you. The First Black Champ podcast is literally named after you being the First Black Champ podcast. Now, he was like, hey, now, according to him, he said that, hey, I got to talk to these brothers then. Like, I have to be on this show, so I got to follow up with Sean Knight. You know what I'm saying? Our behind the scenes booker. We got Sean Knight is our behind the scenes booker sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
We got Hood is no nigga Tanae, you know what I'm saying? And everything. So shouts out to the OGs and stuff. But on this day, we recorded our first episode, and this has been going, and this is the longest piece of content that I've done. Like, I be getting LinkedIn messages about, some of the stuff that I've done from a work standpoint and everything. But on the flip side, when we talk about everything that I have done and everything that you've done, this is the most consistent podcast or consistent piece of content that we have done. And it is my favorite piece of content. No diss to any of the pieces of content that I do, but for those who might not know, Bang loves wrestling. He loves to talk about wrestling, and we've been doing this for 9 years like nobody else. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the wrestling right now. Look, we know since Maydays, and if you are a fan of this podcast, you listen to this podcast, May going to be sporadic.
Yeah, for sure.
May for a multitude of reasons, going to be sporadic. But when we got somebody's birthday on the 15th, and somebody else's birthday on the 21st,
Yep.
it's going to be sporadic. June was sporadic for both of our parts. A
Man.
lot of stuff that's going on and everything.
Yes.
But it was a lot of stuff that happened that is
Word.
still going on, that is still condensed, and it really goes into SummerSlam. But before we even talk about SummerSlam, buyout, because we was at that joint right there.
Believe it.
When we talk about SummerSlam, now we're talking about CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
This is a match that they're trying to build as years in the making. When you look at
Mm.
CM Punk and Cody Rhodes back in the early WWF days. Matter of fact, you can, and this is what I will not be surprised about.
Okay.
And just thinking about this, um, and going through the rundown and stuff. This feud, in a sense, goes all the way back to OVW.
Mhm.
This is a feud where they're going to call this years in the making. When you
Mhm.
go back to Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, where both of them was in OVW at around at the same time, and as Cody Rhodes talked about how John Cena was a mentor to him
Mhm.
while he was in OVW.
Mhm.
CM Punk was a mentor to him. They teamed up in OVW. They wrestled in OVW. So now we're going to get a match with these two where they talk about years in the making.
Yeah.
CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, OVW to AEW to
Yeah.
WWE. When you hear that, does
Mhm.
this make CM Punk Cody Rhodes a anticipated match, or is it just a storyline?
Okay. I think there's two answers to this. And I think if you're speaking from my perspective, which is an elder wrestling fan for this generation, right? Because now we've been watching wrestling for 4 decades. So for me, no. But honestly, if I am 25 and I watch wrestling like I did back in the day when it was WCW and WWF, and I would try to, if I saw like AWA or NWA, I would watch it in ECW, then yes, this is magnificent. This is, for me, this probably would be the equivalent of Sting versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania.
Mm.
If I was younger, probably. But I see the lens a little differently personally. So I've, in my entire time of watching wrestling, I personally have never said, man, I definitely want to see Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the world title one day. I've never said that. Like never. So it don't, and that's not to say that the match wouldn't hit and that it wouldn't be something to see, but just for me personally, I don't anticipate this match at all. I have an actual whole separate take on this involving CM Punk and why I'm even shocked this is even happening, literally in every single way.
It is not this match is not a anticipated match for me either. Like I didn't look at CM Punk and Cody Rhodes and think their time with each other in OVW rather not long, but then them going to WWE and then seeing them both in AEW or going to AEW and then both of them returning back to the WWE and not really ever feuding with each other.
Mhm.
I never was once like, damn, I need to see this match. However, I'm glad to see this match
Mhm.
because I know when it comes to the talking, And when it comes to the in-ring match, we gonna get them. We gonna get a great match.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not about to sit here and act like we're about to get Warlord versus the Barbarian. And we ain't doing that. It is gonna be a great match. The only thing that I don't like so far
Okay.
in this match, I need to see a face and a heel.
Yeah.
Like for a match like this, I need to see the bad guy and I need to see the good guy. I don't want to see Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to see that. In a match like this, I need somebody chasing somebody and there's hatred. Last year, you heard me talk about CM Punk and blood feuds a lot.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns to me is a blood feud. Drew McIntyre is a blood feud.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like each other. And you knew they didn't like each other. I'm not here for respect between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I need somebody to be the heel. I need somebody to be the face.
Mm-hmm.
I need a chase to happen. And I need to see this for a couple of months.
Okay.
Don't want to see a one-off with this. If you give me a one-off, then you know what? This is all for nothing.
Mm.
So it's not anticipated in the, man, I've been waiting to see this dream match.
Yeah.
It's anticipated from a standpoint of, I know both of these two are going to give me a great match. They're going to talk their ass off.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to give us a great match. And this has the potential to be a blood feud. Not one of those, I bet, we're done. Shake hands, Phil. No, I need to see some action.
I got you.
But what you were saying that you had another thought. What is that thought?
Yeah. So for me, as we look at this match, I'm looking at the buildup, and I love that the IWC did not let me down on the laughter. I did catch some of the Raw highlights from the week before.
In Chicago.
In Chicago. Again, one of the greatest wrestling cities, if not the greatest wrestling city in the entire world, Chicago, Illinois. When I seen CM Punk, I was like, he's about to do this again. And when I say do this again, boy, it has been interesting to see CM Punk become everything, literally everything he spoke against in the beginning of his career. Because boy, would a pipe bomb been great had this been Seth Rollins coming in to beat Sami Zayn for the world title on a random Monday in Chicago because he's a Bears fan. So it would have worked. It still would have worked. And it would have been, but boy, would he would have been tight. He would have been tight had that been him if this was 2011. But here we are, 2026. CM Punk was like, you about to Lesnar me. You about to Hogan me. You about to, depending on, you about to Triple H, Shawn Michaels me. Okay. And he's with it. And that's what's so interesting about this. And as you speak about needing a true heel or a true face, I'm not sure who I want to see be the heel more. I kind of want them to be two heels versus two faces. And there's just no respect at the end. I say that for this reason. I like the easy to find, hard to beat angle that Cody Rhodes has been taking that I've been catching up on. And I was like, okay, like Cody is kind of like, yo, you know what? I'm sick of y'all. And you got a problem with me winning? You got a problem with people wanting to see me and wanting to beat me? Well, they'll be better. Like, case in point, just be better than me. Because, like, I really do run it. They call me QB1 and all this for a reason. But then you got CM Punk, who did, on the return, he did say, hey, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. And he's had some great matches, some great feuds, but been battling injuries. So it's been hard to kind of like get a good rhythm of him with a title. But also, I kind of want to live in the world where the crowd turns on him. Like the original, like the day one CM Punk fans, the diehard fans that were chanting his name for the last 10 years. I would love for those people to start booing CM Punk just off of how he won the title and, more importantly, who he beat, which is Sami Zayn, a guy that he would have advocated for that needs more opportunities and needs to be put in positions to do what he's doing right now. So even though we got two great fan favorites here, and we're going to get a great match no matter what the psyche of the characters are, I'm kind of in this world where, like, I think we up the ante if they're both heels for different reasons, and there is no face to determine at the end of it, if that makes sense.
So here's the only reason why I disagree with you. Is literally because of what you said, that CM Punk is becoming what he was against.
Yeah.
And low key he acknowledged it. Low key he acknowledged it. Because we all remember WrestleMania 9. We all remember what Hulk Hogan did. Bret Hart loses the title to Yokozuna. Hulk Hogan tried to come up there and be like, "Oh, brother, oh, this is a travesty." He gets challenged, and Bret says, "Oh, go get him." And then, Hulk Hogan gives Yokozuna the leg drop, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
We know that's what he did. We're going to be talking about this later in the show. We also come up against 30 years of the NWO. When Hulk Hogan became everything that he was against. Bobby the Brain Heenan said he been about that shit. Y'all ain't believe me.
Yup, facts.
But Hulk Hogan became everything that he said that he wasn't for. WrestleMania 9, the black eye. CM Punk comes with the black eye. He even acknowledges it and what people are saying on social media.
Yeah.
Oh no, CM Punk is the heel, y'all. Because not only can CM Punk say, "Man, forget all that. I don't care what y'all talking about. I just lost that title against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Y'all saw that? And I ain't been back since." He even starts his promo saying that he negotiated with the WWE, NBC Universal, and the USA Network, and Nick Aldis. Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk is corporate. At the very least, he's corporate. And if we want to go on the deep end, he's the new leader of the NWO. Because he's acknowledged these things to where if the CM Punk that did the pipe bomb hears CM Punk right now, the CM Punk pipe bomber will be like, "Yo, what the hell, fam? You talk to who? To do what? And your first night on where? In what city? You win the championship against somebody who you in the pipe bomb would be basically championing."
Yeah.
Donnie's right. He's corporate magnet Punk. Because that's exactly where I was going. When that man went on TV and said, "I negotiated with them people," I said, "Oh, I thought he was about to turn heel." Now, if we go to the ROH CM Punk before he left, the Summer of Punk and all of that, I hope to God. This is where, because they tried to do it some years ago. Shut up, Jesse. Shut up, Jesse. See, your mom must say hi, though. You shut up. Kiss my ass, Jesse. You still won't come down and do the Oklahoma drill, though, but you want me to acknowledge you, kid. May 25th, bring your ass to Chicago. We go to Prosser and we do the Oklahoma drill, Jesse.
Uh-oh. It's still on? It's still on?
It's still on. Back to CM Punk. See, this is the real true Summer of Punk. Because what should happen at SummerSlam is he should beat Cody Rhodes. And they should shake up and that thing. And Cody Rhodes is pissed. And everybody think Cody's going to turn heel. Because not only did I lose in this triple threat match, I'm the challenger and I lose. Because when the last time we really saw Cody Rhodes as a challenger and lose?
Man, it's been a minute.
So we should get that whole thing of, damn, Cody probably just pissed. He's just pissed and, oh man, he got to turn heel now, right? No. CM Punk beats him. They raise their hand. They shake hands. You think Cody's going to be the one that does it because he the one that's being gypped? Yes. Thank you, Jesse. I want my yes. That's all I need to hear. Let me start working out. So I think everybody should expect Cody to turn heel after SummerSlam.
Okay.
But no. CM Punk kicked this dude in the nuts. And Michael Cole and Wade Barrett or Corey Graves, whoever say, wait a minute, what? And CM Punk beats him down. And he says right then and there, this is the summer of Punk. The rest of this year is all about me. He could get him some underlings from NXT if he wants to. He go get Ricky Saints. He can do that, y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who might not understand or remember, all of those AEW people that's now in the WWE, they know CM Punk too.
Yeah.
They know him too. So yes, CM Punk can do the same shit. So if I'm Booker Man, if I'm Kevin Sullivan, this is what I'm doing. CM Punk beats Cody Rhodes. Everybody expects Cody Rhodes to snap, but he does not even get a chance to snap because Cody sees CM Punk with the belt, but CM Punk like, nope, I'm going to beat you to the punch, kick to the nuts. I'm going to beat you down, probably bring 2 more people with me. This is the summer of Punk. I'm not losing this belt. Because every time I get this bitch, I lose it.
Also true.
And we not going to do this no more. I came back here for a reason. And this reason is not to be upstaged by people that I was better than when I left here. And better than when I was with them. I'm still better than Roman Reigns. I'm still better than Cody Rhodes. I'm still better than Seth Rollins. All of y'all don't like me because I told the truth. So now when I'm like, y'all can't be mad. Y'all can't be mad when the rabbit got the gun. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my time. I'm not losing this joint. Cody, you the first victim. Everybody else, get in line because ain't nobody taking this title off of me. To the point where if I know Paul Heyman don't like division. I know he don't care about none of this. Nah, I'm getting the homie back. I'm getting the homie back. Because originally that was my guy. So CM Punk, Paul Heyman, Ricky Saints, insert player to be named here. We running roughshod over SmackDown. This is my summer. And I'm not losing this. Cody, stay your ass where you at. Because even your daddy would be looking at this and be like, oh, my brother, CM Punk, he got this. That's what I would do. Cody could turn heel in 2027. But right now, Cody needs to lose and get humiliated on night 1 of SummerSlam.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at that. That's the appropriate OG card to pull too, to be honest with you. Yeah, hey, listen, I'm not mad at it. Hey, CM Punk being a heel has never been a bad decision. I don't know about some of you new wrestling fans. Y'all may not be hip, but look, CM Punk being the heel, definitely great for business, great for wrestling, great for moments in wrestling. And I mean, hey, look, we from the VKM era, and wrestling is about moments. And that guy is great at creating them as a heel.
Yeah. So talking about Roman Reigns and Seth freaking Rollins is official.
Yeah,
Now, this is a match that you campaigned for WrestleMania 2 years in a row.
man, listen.
2 years in a row.
Be clear.
Like, ever since that Royal Rumble match, you've been like, all right, this needs to be the WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
But we get it at
super no brainer.
SummerSlam. Does this dampen it a bit?
Um, I'll say
Or
no.
matter of fact, better question.
Mhm.
Better question. Is it being rushed?
See, now I don't think it's being rushed at all, ever, because one of the most compelling long stories in wrestling, especially for this, what we're on the last 10 to 15 years now, I think is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Because whether you love the Shield and you think that they are the greatest faction of all time, like the propaganda was trying to tell me at the end of the 2010s, or if you are one of those that's like, yo, I respect the Shield, but it was too short to even be in this run in this conversation. We talking about the Horsemen, we talking about DX, and we talking about the Nation and all of that. No matter how you feel, I think we've all can agree that the aspect of unfinished business between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is very real, and the end of the matches always speak to that. Like, this is the Rock Austin of this era, in my personal opinion. And much like Rock Austin, one guy has been historically winning these matches. So for me, there's no rush to it. But I do want to see where it goes, because this officially gets very interesting. Because Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, you can have the main event any PLE, and it automatically is one for the ages. It is the marquee that just makes sense. But I am a little worried about the matches after this between them, because from my perspective, you don't do Reigns versus Rollins at SummerSlam and then that's it. But then you also do Reigns versus Rollins, and we don't see them again until Royal Rumble, WrestleMania either.
See, that's why I'm nervous at. One, I don't think Roman Reigns should win this match.
Mhm.
But Roman Reigns is the heel. I think. Think he's the heel. Because like Roman Reigns got side quests going on. Like, yo, go get Solo. Jacob, you acknowledge me. I haven't said it in this because we've been gone for a minute. But Jacob Fatu telling Jay Uso to shut his bitch ass up.
Every
I
week.
ain't I ain't no, I ain't worried about your bitch ass. Like, and Jay just go, come on, man. Like, that is probably the funniest thing in wrestling. It's like,
Yeah.
Jimmy, I ain't following you. And Jay, I'm definitely ain't following your bitch ass. Like, yo, like,
It's like, oh.
it's the greatest thing on wrestling right now. Seeing Jey Uso get, and I'm not saying this about Jey Uso. Is more or less about how that setup. That's the perfect setup.
Yeah.
I ain't worried about you, Jimmy. I'm definitely worried about your bitch ass, Jay. Like, they, oh man, like
Yeah.
that whole interaction, just when Jay go, oh man, like that's. Let me. I digress though. But Roman is the heel. It feels like, but Roman is the heel that's like, I got to beat him. He right. I got to beat him, little brother. Like, you know,
Yeah.
now I got to beat him. So Seth is going at this all by himself. Roman is like, I got to beat little brother. All because Obafemi wins the King of the Ring, and I knew this shit was going to happen. Because if y'all, I mean, look, if y'all go back to shows earlier this year, I'm not even going to press the button. I said after WrestleMania, well, get ready for Roman versus Seth at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think I like it like this. Because
Okay.
I'm worried that Roman wins, but Seth got to chase Roman, knowing that he beat Roman all of these times. He ain't got no help. One, like, he ain't got no help or anything like that. And he's supposed to be the little brother, so he already getting sunned in the promo by hearing little brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't had no interaction with any other bloodline member. But then, like I said, Roman side quest. And you got Jacob. Like, is he with us or is he not? Like, I'm just following orders because I lost this shit to dude. But forget you.
Right.
Forget your bitch ass. But then you got him with Royce Keys and LA Knight. Yeah. And it's like, and LA Knight, amazing promo. Amazing promo on Raw. One of the best this year. If you have not seen it, please go look. Because he
Yeah.
sunned both of their ass. He sunned
Yeah.
both Roman and Seth.
Yeah.
Just even when he flubbed, he sunned their ass.
Yeah.
But then you got LA Knight just lurking with these promos. It's like it's too many side quests going on
Yeah.
for me to even be invested in them two.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what worries me. I will always love to see Roman and Seth.
Right.
But the side quest, the side conversations is what I'm looking at. And I'm going like, it's a lot of shit going on. We got 3 weeks till this match. Can y'all like wrap up the other side quest or hear Roman say, y'all go worry about this. Let me go worry about little bro.
Mm-hmm.
Once he says that, then we good.
Yeah. See, but you know what? And see, what you're bringing up here is because normally this match, like match 3, 4, or 5, whatever that one is, usually when it's between the two marquee guys that we've been following for about 5 to 10 years, the whole storyline is you never beat me, right? And it's sounding like with the way it's shaping up that they don't even want to get to that fact yet. So, like, is this now officially Flair Steamboat? where now maybe Roman gonna run the next 2, but then and then Seth gonna be right back on the 3rd one, and it's just like, oh, this is gonna never end. Because I don't really think Steamboat versus Flair is over. I just think Flair can't hang with Steamboat even now.
Well, to that point, and man, I wish Hood was around. He can confirm this if he's lurking.
Yeah.
Memory corrects me. Chi-Town Rumble, Ricky Steamboat. Clash of the Champions, Ricky Steamboat. And I want to say that was the best 2 out of 3 falls. Then it was, I want to say Great American Bash. Great American Bash. Ric Flair finally beats Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That feud is over with because it immediately goes into Ric Flair, Terry Funk, because Terry Funk beats the shit out of Ric Flair. Powerbomb, well, not power bombs, and power drives him off of the table that don't break because tables wasn't breaking back then.
Yeah,
And
really
then that's when they bring in Sting, and then it's Sting and Ric Flair versus Terry Funk and the Great Muta. Not the Great Muta, but the Great Muta.
Yeah.
Just listen to Jim Ross. He don't say the Great Muta, he say the Great Muta.
You know what I'm saying?
And then that's when they get into that feud there. And then you get the Halloween Havoc with the Thunder Cage. And then it was another Clash of the Champion or whatever, and that's when Sting messed up his knee or whatever. That's what I don't want to happen. That's kind of what I don't want to happen. Like Seth Rollins beats Roman Reigns here, and then he beats him at the random pay-per-view, but then Survivor Series come, and then he finally beats him there, but then somebody comes up in there and Solo jumps Roman Reigns. Now we getting, because I don't want to see no feud between Solo and Roman Reigns. Let me just knock that, cut it out. Like, I don't want to see that. You could have gave me that last year before last. Y'all missed that boat. Now, if y'all want to run Jacob and Roman back, Jacob got to win because, as I told y'all, this is getting eerily close to Umaga territory, where he beating the shit out of everybody, but miraculously he ain't winning the belt.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen, I'm with you on that. Low key for me, I want to see Solo versus Jay, though. I do want to see that.
Bitch ass.
Right, and for that reason, right there, it's like, yo, like, because it feel like Jacob just testing Jay Gangster because he know he ain't gonna really fight family. It's like, because we all got that cousin that always like when they argue, be like, man, I'll beat your ass. Like, dude, you not gonna fight none of us. Like we know you not. Like we know you not. Like, I'll smack the shit out you. You're not gonna do nothing. And so, like, so Jacob know he can talk to his cousin like that because he knows his cousin don't really want to fight him. Like he'll get mad. He might throw some stuff. He might tell your mama, but he not gonna really do nothing to you. So I kind of feel like
when Jay gonna stop letting his family son him? He let Roman son him. He let Jimmy son him. He let Solo son him. Like, damn, when is he gonna stop being the little cousin that everybody beat up or the little brother? And he's even the youngest.
That's exactly my point. He has to beat up the little brother and be like, look, now I'm sick of this. Now I had to lay him down because y'all don't think that I'm really like that. So now let me do this. And his other stat is like, yo, high key, I beat Roman. I be beating Roman up. Y'all don't be seeing it. Like, I be beating Roman up. Y'all don't be seeing none of that. Like, so now let me lay Solo down so you realize, one, stop playing with me. and then two, like, understand that, yo, he holding the belt because I can't never get my rematch in real time. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jay is in a very interesting situation within his own family. And so the only match I want to see that's like internally bloodline is Jay versus Solo. That's it. Everybody else, they can get something else going on. But Jacob, I think Jacob, you know what? I don't know what the writers think now because I don't really know how writing and creative is set up in this TKO Endeavor version of the WWE. But to me, I'm hoping I'm watching is just character development. To show that, yes, so Jacob is a savage, and yes, he will get busy, and he is uncontrollable, but he's also capable of giving you good matches. He's also capable of giving you great catchphrases. He can be layered in his emotion and his delivery of story. Hopefully, that is what they're building because, to your point, with Umaga, we never really got personality. He was just laying cats down, and that was just it. And with the WWE specifically, especially in the area that he was in, you don't get a lot of burn long term when that's your hook. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the most accessory driven WrestleMania matches ever was literally him versus Bobby Lashley. And I was like, yeah, they put all this around them because at that time, who wanted to hear Bobby Lashley talk and what was Umaga ever going to say? So it kind of feels like they're building Jacob to show that, no, he really is like this all around great personality because which he is. I seen him on the Breakfast Club. Like he got it. Like Jacob really got everything. They don't need to show me.
Including blood ties.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like he can wrestle, he gangbang, he have a lot of kids, like he's funny, like he do a lot. Like he's like the Chris Brown of like wrestling.
We love him. He's one of us.
You know what I'm saying?
He's one of us. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know
what I'm saying?
Even for those who look, for those like me who technically ain't jumped off the porch. But I walked off it with the people who jumped. It was like, yo, I love Jay. Like, this is what I'm talking. When Jay Uso is everybody's character, when they say when they're younger what they want in wrestling because of what they saw growing up. You didn't see no superhero. You didn't see a guy with the face paint. You didn't see the all-American guy, fam. We didn't see that. We didn't see the Japanese karate artist. No. We saw a dude on the street who just whooped people ass. It was like, yo, if I had a wrestler, like this person just whoop people ass. That's Jacob and Gangbang. And I ain't mad at it. Like I'm not mad at Jacob Fatu's character. Like I got questions about Royce Keys now. Like I really got questions because like, you know, how was your situation growing up with each other? Like, let's talk about this. Like, let's really get in detail. Stephanie McMahon on your podcast, let's get in deep on how Jacob Fatu and Royce Keys, how did they link up?
Yeah.
What was the item that said, yo, we've known each other for 15 years?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
How? Streets want to know.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, it's making for a great South Central reinterpretation from my vantage point, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it because then there's for me, that's your two-man power trip. Like for me, like two-man power trip, Stone Cold, Triple H, that's white people two-man power trip. No. I need to see the two chiefs whooping people's ass. That's all I want.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, and with such high hopes for Royce Keys, you know what I'm saying? He needs something else because, hey, listen, as much as we love black wrestling and black wrestlers, we all got to come to grips with the reality that the Ice Train model only worked one time and it barely worked that time. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean that as in they don't put you at the top of the card for being Ice Train. You're just beloved.
But
and
see, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, good.
But see, I probably ain't shit right now. This is probably getting too cultural. This is probably getting too cultural, but we're a cultural podcast.
For sure.
When I see Jacob Fatu and Royce Keys, I see Fatu wrestling against Fatu. What do I mean by that? When the hair shrinkers ended, Rikishi Fatu, no, he was the dude from San Francisco. Excuse me. He was the dude from San Francisco who got shot in the stomach because he was living a life of crime. But he got shot in the stomach and he changed his life. And he wanted to come to the WWE and show positivity. Yep. That's Royce Keys right now. But then you got the Samoan gangster party sliding through like, hey, fam, you remember who you are? That's Jacob Fatu. That's Jacob Fatu. Now, we didn't get to see that storyline keep going because niggas got released.
Yeah.
But what I see right now is Royce Keys trying to say, man, I used to live that life, but I turned my life around. Now I want to come to the WWE and do right by my mom and my family. But then he see Jacob walk out with the all red on. He see Jacob walk out with his family. And he really want to be a part of that family. But he's trying to change his life around. But that's the one he was close to. That's the one that I was rocking with.
Yeah.
And Jacob, he cool with his family, but they was the good side. They fought people in the suburbs. I fought people in the streets with Royce.
Going wild in Downers Grove.
Yeah. Y'all was fighting people in Naperville and Downers Grove and all them. You know, we was really out here in the trenches. So I trust him more than I trust y'all, low-key. Royce trying to tell him, like, fam, I know you. And I know you don't like them. I know you don't like them like that because they ain't mess with you like that. Come on over here. But Jacob, like, that's cool and all, but I'm over here getting money. You over here trying to be good. Eventually, Royce gonna have to make a decision
I don't care who you with the new Linux, nigga. No.
Eventually gonna make Royce gonna eventually have to make a decision. And the messed up thing is, I don't think the WWE know the storyline that they got up underneath them. They don't know. It's a black dude lead creative. I don't even think he really realized, like, yo, this is really storyline right here.
You know what I'm
Royce
saying?
Keys is really battling on whether he should be a thug or not. Like, he's really battling on whether he should go back to the old Royce Keys or not.
Yeah.
But Jacob is there. Because y'all let this man wear all red too many times. Too many times. He's out here looking like Mac 10 if he was on Def Jam Vendetta.
Oh,
We
man.
know, y'all. We know. We know. Jacob Fatu is really out here looking the part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Royce trying not to look the part.
Hey, but real quick. Even the internet gangsters ain't making Jacob Fatu go viral. That's how I know it's authentic. They was like, yeah, maybe better leave dude alone still though. Like,
Yeah. They looking at him like, yo, if we don't blow up the spot,
you know,
good.
you know what I'm saying? Oh man.
That's look. Look. And Donnie, you're right. Then you got Solo looking like Suge.
You
The
know, hey,
only
listen.
members of the bloodline who don't look like gang members is Roman, Jimmy, and Jay. Because like I said, they're the Naperville section of the bloodline. Solo is the youngest. He ain't had the opportunities that they had. And Jacob grew up with Royce. And Royce looking at all that red like, you know you ain't got to wear all that red up in here. And Jacob like, I'm where I want to.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still rapping. I don't know. You like you know you just can't leave.
Right.
You just don't leave.
Right. No, you just don't leave. Hey, I'm still who I am, Royce. You know you just don't leave this. Royce like, you can, though. Royce like, you can leave it, my brother. You can leave it. Jacob like, no, you can't. Royce like, you don't even like them. But they getting money, though. Royce, they getting money, though. It ain't even about that. They getting money. Like, look, man, look. WWE, y'all don't want the storyline. That's cool. I get it. I get it. It's a little bit too close. It's a little bit too close to a Matty Rich film. It's a little bit too close to Ernest Dickinson. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit too close to Oliver Stone and South Central. I get it.
Hey man, you know.
But we know this, y'all. Look, if you from where we're from, the high-ranking members of the bloodline are the dudes from the suburbs. Jacob ain't.
Yeah.
That's why he get to call Jimmy a bitch ass. And Jimmy don't say, stop talking about my brother like that.
Yeah.
Because he got treated on SmackDown. Who is we? Like,
right. Because Jimmy wanted to say something, but no, he shouldn't.
right.
Like, man, hey, look, all that Schomburg shit you on? I don't even...
This all Jacob Fatu is, this is a bloodline story, but it's a whole lot of mob ties. It's a whole lot of nation business.
No, for sure.
It's a whole lot of nation business. And Jacob knows that, yeah, they may be his family, but Royce is the dude that grew up with him, that was fighting in the trenches with him. When I went over to Roman's house, when Jacob went over to Roman's house, when he went up to the Usos' house, he went there so he was cool for the weekend. Like, man, he got into a lot of trouble this weekend. We're going to have him spend 2 weeks over here. He's like, all right, bet. And he introduced them. But they wasn't really that. But Royce was like, yo, fam, let's go over there and get that bread. But now Royce want to be like, let's do good in the hood. And Jacob like, I'm doing good for my family. I got to get this money.
You know what I'm saying?
So that I don't know. I don't think the WWE know the storyline that they got underneath.
Nah.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
They need some help.
Yeah, they need some help. But it's cultural. All right. This is a cultural storyline. But Obafemi says, hey, I don't even want this title shot. I want Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar beat me up. And Brock
Yes.
like, I bet. Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Obafemi? Them basically changing that Obafemi storyline to Brock Oba 3 in Brock's hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I get what they're trying to do here, but I don't really like it because there's a couple of things. One, I do believe that there should be a trilogy with Lesnar and Obafemi because they're kind of building that Undertaker Lesnar thing. So and one for it to be a black wrestler in the mix of that and an African wrestler in the mix of that, that's huge. That's a very big deal in the world of wrestling, especially if you've been watching as long as we have. I don't like that it came at the expense of a world title shot, though, because in the grand scheme of things, life is going to move on, and people there will be that we're going to come across a generation of wrestling fans that don't care who Brock Lesnar is, but they're going to remember that CM Punk and Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns were the champions in 2026. And that's why I don't like it on the surface, because that's the real deal. Like no matter when you start watching wrestling, the first thing that you will most likely go back and do, even if it's not watching other matches, you're going to see who the champions were and see how that made sense for the time. And this is just me being a little cynical because I'm a black man and I'm a black wrestling fan. I don't know that in 2027, Obafemi will get the opportunity to disregard a title shot. Like that don't sound right to me because, hey, look, be clear. I love Obafemi. I love what he's doing, but he lost some of the white people when he said that Undertaker ain't never been Obafemi. Like, during that promo, like that was supposed to be a bar, and they were supposed to be like, oh yeah, but when you throw the Undertaker name in there, it's like, oh wait, hold on now, but you hold on, you spear chucker, you can't say that. Like that's how some of that crowd. Hey, listen, that's how some of that crowd felt. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way, but you gotta know your audience. You gotta know the target demo because Bang will always tell you what the target demo is if you are
18 to
unaware.
34.
You know what I'm saying?
White man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I don't like. I mean, obviously for us, I mean, look, when we were watching wrestling and Brock Lesnar debuted, and he started beating the hell out of Austin and Rock and Taker and all that. Yeah, we were in our 20s, and I get that. And so this is a stat. This is a big thing. But I am never in the mindset that black wrestlers who got title shots should be disregarding them, omitting them, or stepping over them. I'm just never going to be cool with that.
Look, man, I don't want him to disregard his title shot and then they say he got to win the Royal Rumble to get it.
Listen.
Like, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. And look, he shouldn't have won that motherfucker in the first place. Go back to them old episodes. I said that Seth Rollins should win King of the Ring, and then we know who he going up against. Yeah. Obafemi. You want to know what upsets me more than the title shot? That we can't celebrate the Nigerian king that is Obafemi. There's no mention really of him winning the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
So what was the point of the King of the Ring when you can't even anoint this man?
Yeah.
Like, I would have rather, damn, this is going to sound real bad. But I would have rather Brock Lesnar be like, yo, you will never be a king to me for obvious reasons.
Hey, listen. But that's the game we got to play to make it make sense. Again, we just We had Obafemi win the King of the Ring. Now for what? You're not. Is there King Oba branding? Is there acknowledgement of Brock Lesnar facing the 2026 King of the Ring? Is this like? But they're already ushered in the feud and the like. The crown doesn't mean anything because Brock Lesnar beating Obafemi at SummerSlam or wherever he beat him, that they'll never make him the king. So yeah, man. I mean, hey, look, listen. Beating up white guys for the sake of beating up white guys is so 80s and 90s. You know what I mean? Like we got to have bigger things on the plate for our excelling brothers and sisters that's out here in the world of wrestling. Personal opinion.
Like that. And when you even think when you think about certain things, like for example, I know that both Cody and Roman Reigns took breaks because the Street Fighter movie. That we don't even talk about that Street Fighter movie no more. Like that shit come out in October. It's like we forgot it come out in October, fam. Like
Thanks.
Obafemi could have won the championship. Actually, what I would have rather liked is Obafemi won the championship, and then Brock Lesnar says that your ascension is similar to mine, but you ain't me.
Mm.
And him going up against Obafemi defending the championship in the Hell in a Cell. Like I would have rather him defend that title in the Hell in a Cell, but we ain't getting that. So I would love to have. I mean, I understand the undertones of it, but shit, it's Brock Lesnar. It's the undertones, period, right? Like,
Right. Exactly.
it's the undertone with him wrestling a black competitor.
Right.
So lean into it. If we got Brock Lesnar undertones when we see Obafemi defeat Brock Lesnar for and we say, oh man, I can't believe they actually let Brock Lesnar lose to a black guy. Lean into it. You won the King of the Ring, but you will never be the king for me in obvious reasons. For obvious reasons, you, Oba, will never be acknowledged as a king by me. And watch when I whoop your ass at SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell. Boy, you will have every last one of us culturally go, whoop that man ass for the culture in a Hell in a Cell. But we will sing every Negro spiritual and chant any goddamn war song before, during, and after Obafemi beats Brock Lesnar. At the same time, here's something that I do get and understand. We in Minnesota. They're going to let Obafemi go over on Brock Lesnar in Minnesota and Hell in a Cell. That's the one part of this where I'm like, you know what? I'm glad. Because we would think that Oba should win the rubber match, but it's like, oh, wait a minute. SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell, Minnesota, Brock's hometown. Damn, they ain't gonna. Are they gonna let Oba go over? If they let Oba go over, he has to get the title shot against somebody.
And listen, the old VKM WrestleMania rule. I mean, the old VKM hometown rule is that, hey, yo, you show up, you get your ass beat, and you kick it. Like that is the old VKM rule. Like, yo, this in your crib. You know you gotta take that L, right? You know you gotta count the lights tonight. Like this is what we're doing. And outside of a handful, it happened to Shawn Michaels. It happened to Austin. It's happened to some greats. Just go back and look at a lot of these homecomings, whether it's been the Raw or PLE or SmackDown. Like it's I think that if anything, that is one of the reasons why I'm very optimistic when our predictions come. But I'll leave that here right now as I keep catching up. So
yeah, and the money in the as far as the PLE is concerned, The next one is Money in the Bank. Where's Money in the Bank? In New Orleans. What's the name of the station or stadium? The Smoothie King Center. Like,
Hey,
so,
that's what it
hey, Money in the Bank. Obafemi look, if they put Obafemi in the goddamn Money in the Bank, see that shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank should be whoever's the champion on Raw versus Obafemi for that championship,
Mhm.
and he win it. And part of the reason why I would say that is because after that is the Survivor Series. We
Mhm.
need Roman and the family to go up against them other folks. So, all right, man, transitional champions. So there, in this case, it was two of them. We talk about Sami Zayn, but remember the Street Profits lost to the Vision,
Man, bro.
and Maxine Dupri, helped make that. So with the Sami Zayn thing, because a lot of
Yeah.
people was pissed. A lot of people were pissed at that. Like Sami Zayn got 9 days to hold that championship. They had him do that promo. They had him, put the belt in the refrigerator and the freezer and driving it and everything. And today is birthday too. I think today is his birthday. It's
Hey,
like,
happy
damn, you
birthday.
couldn't let that man hold that belt on his birthday?
Hey,
Are
man.
we? Is the internet wrestling community tripping and saying that maybe we should have had Sami Zayn versus those two in another triple threat match at SummerSlam? He deserves at least a month with the belt. Like, is that part of the internet wrestling community tripping?
You know what? Low key, they not tripping. They not tripping because of everything that Sami Zayn has done over the last 5 years now. They not tripping. However, hey, look, my prediction was my prediction this year. And this, I thought my prediction was going to be shot to hell like the very first one I ever made on the first Black Champ podcast, which was by WrestleMania 40 or at WrestleMania 40. Big Cass would be against Baron Corbin for one of the world titles. That was my very first guarantee on the first Black Champ podcast. If you're ever on Jeopardy with who's ever hosting it, and that question comes up, that is your answer. But um, it's my prediction is safe because now the fall off feels so real, especially with 9 days of the title. Um, I do, however, why they're not tripping is because 9 days for a competitor like Sami Zayn, that is whack. Like, at least give him 45 days. I don't even want to say 30. Give him 45 days. Let him get through one PLE, do a couple Raws or SmackDowns. At least give him a chance to potentially get booked for Jimmy Kimmel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do something. Like, yeah, that is something respectfully. You did to Jimmy Uso. You know what I'm saying? You do that to you do that to maybe a Royce Keys, like somebody that kind of like you feel they lucked up and won anyway. Sami Zayn, he's not really the luck up and win guy in this current era since the Bloodline. Like maybe when he was out there like Canadian Castro, maybe you do that then, but not this Sami Zayn. So they low key not tripping. But it's wild. 45 days I thought should be the minimum for him.
It depends on what they're gonna do with the character. I don't think they're tripping, but it depends on what they're gonna do with the character.
Mm-hmm.
And this should give us an angrier Sami Zayn,
Mm-hmm.
basically saying, no, fuck you and everybody else. I'm attacking people's matches. People ain't gonna wrestle tonight. I'm gonna Luva kicking everybody. Like, I need a who the hell is Juventud. You know what I would have liked out of Sami Zayn?
Mm.
When I think it was Adam Pierce, like, yo, you got to defend your title against somebody. I would have liked the Bret Hart El Dandy promo. Like, I'll defend my championship against somebody who is deserving. And then Adam
Mm.
Pierce be like, so who is deserving, Sammy? If you were to defend your championship against anybody, who would you defend your championship against? It's like, you know what? I'll defend my championship against Dragon Lee. I think Dragon Lee is well deserving of a type championship shot. Me, Dragon Lee, SummerSlam, book it like right now. Like, give me that.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
Like, give me that. Give me. You know who I defend my championship against? JD McDonough. You know he got the.
Exactly. Yes.
Like,
Exactly.
I think he's an underrated member and probably the most overlooked member of the Judgment Day. And I don't like the Judgment Day. So you know what? I'm giving JD McDonough the chance of a lifetime. Give me that. Don't give me you about to force me to go up against Cody Rhodes in Chicago on the show that's not even the show that I wrestle on. Like, y'all didn't even y'all knew, goddamn, we knew when he was wrestling Cody in Chicago. Like, we knew he was gonna lose it, whether it was Cody or whether it was CM Punk. Like, we
Yeah.
thought he was gonna lose it against Cody, and CM Punk was gonna pull up at the end of it. You know, the garage was gonna open up, and it was gonna be CM Punk. He was gonna walk out there, and that's how we knew that was gonna be the SummerSlam match. CM Punk didn't have to win that belt, y'all. We knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, we knew, soon as they said Cody Rhodes couldn't wrestle, we was like, put whoever. We know Sami Zayn winning. What I would have liked to see is Sami Zayn say, I know somebody who's more deserving than Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes need to go to the back. Well, who is that? Like, who you want to wrestle then? You know who I want to wrestle? I want to wrestle Ethan Page. He's way more deserving.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the crowd be like, what? Because when Bret Hart said El Dandy, that was one of the funniest shits. It's like, man, I feel like El Dandy is an amazing wrestler, and he deserves a shot. Street Profits, do you like their transitional championship reign, though?
I never like anything transitional about the Street Profits. I want to be so crystal clear on that. What happened with the Street Profits, I'm actually more upset about that than I was at what happened with Kofi Kingston against Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
And my reason really is really this. First of all, when the Street Profits, much like the Usos, much like the New Day, which is 3 black or black adjacent tag teams, whenever they exist in the WWE, they automatically make your tag team division because they look like real teams. I'm still from that mindset of I want my tag teams to look like real tag teams. So there's that. And for me, for the Street Profits to lose the tag titles, and the big takeaway is that Maxine Dupri looked fire, and Austin Theory's supposed to be hitting that. That ain't worth it to me, dog. That's not worth it. You could prove that point in the backstage exclusive. You could have done like anything. She could have chop blocked Montez Ford, or maybe tried to poison Angelo Dawkins and be like, this is for the Judgment Day. She could have did anything. Or this is more division. Like, can you see that? And she like throw bleach in his eyes or something. She could have did anything. But like, dog, that was literally for nothing. Because at least, again, going back to Kofi Brock, at least there's a justification in why Brock Lesnar will have a title. There is no justification of why Austin Theory needs to have a title in the WWE, and Montez Ford does not. And Angelo Dawkins does not. You'll never find why that is. But hey, look, shout out to Maxine Dupri. You did look fire. You look like athletic Vanna White, and I'm here for it. So there's that for me.
Oh my God. You said athletic Vanna White. Look, fam. What's the point of doing this with them when you got the Judgment Day? So Maxine Dupri cost the Street Profits the championship. And just like Liv Morgan, she jumps into the arms of Austin Theory and they kiss. Like Liv Morgan do with Dominic Mysterio. Then you got Bronson that's still out. You got um Paul Heyman who ain't even there really to look. You got Logan Paul who just like, yo, I'm here. And then you got the person that should be high on the card, Braun Breaker, looking to the side. Look, I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way, but the only person in that group that should be having discussions around Cat is Braun Breaker.
Facts.
Sorry, y'all. He's the only character in that group that we should be having a conversation around a woman jumping in their arms and kissing them.
Right.
I'm sorry. And Maxine Dupri, the character, not the non-character. Talking about the character here. And that's a step down. That's a step down.
Facts. Yeah. What chick want the fourth lit dude in the crew?
Right. Yeah. Like that.
And she know it. And she know it. It ain't like, oh, I met him on the solo and I didn't know. It's like, oh no, he's out there with Logan and Braun, and you still chose up.
Like he's literally the fourth man. He's the fourth man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The fourth guy. And she jumped into his arms. Bronson Reed hurt. And Austin Theory is still the fourth. Austin Theory is the dude that when Bronson Reed come back, he beat him up and kick him out.
Yeah.
That's what y'all put.
Yeah, exactly.
With Maxine Dupri. That's what y'all do that with.
I do.
Not Braun Breaker. Not Logan Paul, which would probably been more expected.
Yeah.
You Austin Theory? Oh, we tripping. I did not like this. I did not like this for the Street Profits perspective. I didn't like this from a Maxine Dupri perspective. I didn't like this from a wrestling perspective.
Yeah.
That, for real? Nah, Jack. This is like, when you look at the Four Horsemen, this is like pairing a woman with Ole Anderson.
Yeah, literally. Or it's like liking the other dude in 98 Degrees.
Right, like this
bro, we here for Nick Lachey, bro. What we doing?
What are we doing here? We're really losing recipes. Like he ain't even Tully Blanchard lit
at all.
He's not Tully Blanchard lit. Because if you look at, like, I mean, you can put them both together, Arn Anderson. This is like playing a woman with Arn Anderson, and I love Arn Anderson.
Yeah, but it's like,
there's no swag around Arn Anderson. He will tell you that. Like, I just come up in and whoop people's ass, give them a spine buster, DDT, call it a night.
Hey, we love and respect that.
Right, the two dudes that came with robes is Tully and Rick, so they can have a woman on their side. So now you gotta make a decision, Ole or Arn. It's like putting a woman on Arn, and it's like putting a woman on Ole Anderson. He's the fourth.
Yeah.
And even got no seat. I saw that, I was like, for real? Oh.
Yeah. Same thing with the Radicals. What if Eddie's character is now Dane Malenko or Perry Saturn? Like, come on, dog.
Like, oh, wait a minute. And even Dean Malenko had, look, I'm glad that you said that. Let's move Chris Benoit out the way for obvious reasons.
Right, for sure.
Move him out the way. Dean Malenko had a storyline involving a woman. Perry Saturn, on the other hand, had a storyline with a broom. This is like putting a woman on Perry Saturn, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and the fact that Austin Theory was like, see, Paul was like, good job, Maxine.
Right. Because, come on.
Bro, y'all ain't even do that right to me, in my opinion. You had the Street Profits lose because the fine woman chose to become the girlfriend of the fourth dude in the group.
Yeah.
Y'all wild. This is like pairing a female R&B singer with you, God, saying that we're about to make a #1 song in the country. Not Method Man, not Ghostface, not RZA, not even Capadonna. This is like saying, yo, we gonna get Maya to do Ghetto Superstar with you, God.
And what's so bad about that is now Prize becomes the superstar of the song. Now Prize trajectory changes because you guys on the track. Oh my God.
And the reason why I put it in that way is because Braun Breaker don't need it. And technically, Prize didn't need it because he's a member of the Fugees at the end of the day.
Yeah. He really didn't. He got a lot of trash off around Lauryn Hill. So he was cool. He was cool.
He was cool. He was cool. Braun Breaker's cool. Logan Paul cool.
Yeah. And see, and that's the thing. And you know what? And even in that moment, Austin Theory didn't even sell it right. Like he literally didn't. It was like he didn't even know how to sell the moment. And that's why, to your point with the Judgment Day, listen, we all turned the corner on Dominic. But the reason why we were able to is because Dominic can sell his ass off. Like he truly is a student of this wrestling psychology thing. And no matter how you feel about him, whether when he do the powerhouse pose and he have girls jumping all around him, it's like, you know what, wildly enough, I believe this. Like, I believe this could be his life. Like, but Austin Theory, on the other hand, it's like, dude, you're like now you look like the star athlete who's also the date raper because you're not even sure what to do here now.
Look, the WWE using Austin Theory as the linchpin in this whole situation and pairing him with Maxine Dupri is like pairing Otis from the Temptations with Diana Ross. We didn't come to see Austin Theory.
Yeah.
We came to see Braun Breaker and Logan Paul. And when he gets back, Bronson Reed.
Yep.
You just put her on the lowest dude on the totem pole. We supposed to care about Austin Theory now? No. And why? Because Paul Heyman don't even give a damn. Because when y'all came in the back and Braun Breaker smiling with the championship, hey, look. And then you got Austin Theory saying, see, Paul Heyman said, hey, Maxine, great job. Y'all just put Diana Ross with Otis from the Temptations. Bruh. And for the white people that don't understand that, think of the most random member of a rock group. That's who you just paired.
Hey, listen. She's with Joey from NSYNC. That's it. Imagine being in sync. Because Lance don't even get down.
He don't even get down with that.
So Joey's left. Not JC, not JT. Joey.
And we supposed to care.
Like, hey, you know what? Brittany, I think if Brittany jumped on this song with Joey, it would help him out.
Oh my God. He's gonna become a big star. He's gonna become a big star. When is he gonna become a big star? Man, because look, fam, we got Joey Fatone and Britney Spears. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And look, even with Hillary Duff, it's not gonna work, guys. Even with JoJo, it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work because it's Joey. And respect to Joey, but it's not gonna work.
Much respect to Joey, but yeah, as you said, fam, as we said, look, this is no, y'all wow for this, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna get do we care out the way before we talk about the last segment. Do we care about the
sure.
potential of Nick Aldis versus Gunther?
Hey, listen, I care, but I'm in the Nick Aldis fan club, so
You've
I
been
do
waiting for
care.
this.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I've been waiting for a few of Nick Aldis matches. I wanted Nick Aldis versus Cody. I wanted Nick Aldis versus Seth Rollins. Nick Aldis versus Gunther. I'm here for Nick Aldis versus anybody in the WWE. So yeah, personally, me, I care. He looks way too diesel in his suit to be just the general manager that be showing up sometimes too.
And,
Don't think I don't realize that.
yeah, and if he ain't 40, he damn near there. So it's like, yo, he's still young out there.
Yeah.
Baron Corbin is back in the WWE. Do we care about this?
Um. Wildly enough, I was shocked that the crowd did as much as they did. Um. Do I care? You know what? Yes, I'm gonna say I do care for this reason. Regardless of how we feel about Baron Corbin individually, and regardless of my first FBC POD prediction, Baron Corbin does get himself over every time. The only time that he didn't get over is when they tried to make him Tommy Bahama and JBL's protege. Right up there. But you can tell he didn't pick any of that. Like
But when he became broke though,
hey, boom, over. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, yeah, because I like seeing wrestlers that know how to get over. And Baron Corbin embodies that for me. So I'm gonna say I do care.
look, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm glad that Baron Corbin is back. When we think about it, the last person that dominated Roman Reigns was who? Baron Corbin, right? To see Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin, I like this too. You know what I'm saying? Seeing him insert himself in this United States Championship picture. But
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of Baron Corbin, except when he was getting money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that one.
Yeah.
But broke Baron Corbin, I was a fan of. Constable Corbin, I was a fan of, and Baron Corbin might have still the most protected finisher in the business.
Yeah.
I still look, I know I'm in the minority. I know I'm in the minority, but I still think Baron Corbin has a lot of potential that they ain't even tapped yet. Pause.
For sure.
So
I'm
again,
with
I
you.
know I'm in the minority. I know a lot of people looking at this like but for somebody who's a day one, when I say a day one, I'm talking about long drippy hair, Baron Corbin in NXT. Like
Yeah.
I've been a fan of Baron Corbin since the first time I saw him win a match. So I'm a fan and I'm excited to see what they could do. It's not necessarily about winning or losing, it's about being able to put people over too. But I still think they got a lot of potential. I ain't saying world championship potential, but I
Right.
think he could be a high mid carder that does a lot. Sheamus is the latest WWE lifer to exit the company. Reportedly, he was one of the people that they asked to take a pay cut. Sheamus was like, "She." So he was not let go or released. His contract is run out. He could do whatever he wants to do now. So if he want to go over to AEW with his homie Claudio, if he wants to go to TNA, if he wants to do whatever he wants to do, he can.
Mhm.
But they did say that there was one person at the top of WWE that actually went to bat for him. It's clear as day. That's Triple H. That's his boy. So that's clear as day. But TKO was like, nah,
Yeah.
his little pale ass could go on somewhere. Um, man, 2 decades of Sheamus, man, in the
Yeah.
WWE. What's your thoughts on him leaving? And do we care?
Man. Yeah, man. That yeah, we definitely care. Hey, look, I met Sheamus at the J. Cole and Drake concert in Nashville. You know what I mean? And the fella was real cool, man. Dude, this is I care because here we are once again, man. TKO Endeavor is making combat sports moves. They're not making wrestling moves. And I'm just going to accept that, even if I got to keep repeating that every time something like this comes up. And that's not to say Sheamus is super over right now and that he is, he needs to be in the main event at the next WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to oversell it. It's Sheamus. It's Sheamus. When you needed somebody to maybe fill out your card on a SmackDown or a Raw, you call Sheamus. You want to see somebody get beat up real bad and get hurt, call Sheamus. Another person that, even though I hated him when he started, and the whole feud with John Cena to start, another guy great at getting himself over no matter what is Sheamus. I don't know how many different Irish people he's been, but they all got over. As a solo, as a tag guy, whether he had the belt for 5 months or for 5 minutes and 45 seconds or 35 seconds, whatever that time was, Sheamus got over. And that is the real business of wrestling. And so, yeah, I care because they don't make a lot of Sheamuses anymore because a lot of that wrestling ideology doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
As much as I wasn't the biggest fan of Sheamus, and if you listen to this podcast, you know I understand. I was definitely not a P1 Sheamus fan.
Sure.
He gave you banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. So I'll always respect that. Um, I am glad that we're in a day where you have multiple wrestling organizations. I would love to see him in AEW with Claudio Castagnoli. I would
Mm,
love to see that again. Not Sheamus is 48. I ain't saying go put a world championship on it because you know how the internet wrestling community do. Because they did it with
right.
R-Truth. Oh man, he could go somewhere and be the world champion right now. Like
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that.
Right.
But I think he still got some left in him, pause. But does he want it? Pause. Like whole bunch of pause with like the wordy moments. Does he want that? No, he's doing very well with his content creation, working out, and all of that and stuff. So, could we see a situation like Braun Strowman to where, hey man, I'm good on this wrestling shit. My neck all messed up in that thing. Look at
Yeah.
me now, fam. I'm out here on the USA Network with the name that the WWE gave me, eating food with people. So I think it's a lot left with Sheamus, but it don't have to be wrestling related. Um,
It's just funny when
so
you say it like that.
yeah, right. So before we dip out of here, man, one of the biggest moments of wrestling history happened on July 6th, 1996.
Yeah.
Which, when I realized it was 30 years, I said, "Yep, I'm old." Because
Facts.
on that day, the NWO was born. Hulk Hogan was the third man. Tony Schiavone told Hulk Hogan he could go to hell. It's like, Hulk Hogan, you can go to
That's
hell. But yep, at Bash at the Beach, ladies and gentlemen, a I won't necessarily say a random, and excuse me, July 7th, but not trying to say that Bash at the Beach is random, but yes, we're talking about a random ass pay-per-view. Where the Outsiders and a third man was supposed to go up against Sting, Lex Luger, and the Macho Man. That third man turned out to be Hulk Hogan. He drops a leg drop, and the NWO was formed. I watched that match the other day, and I always forget that Lex Luger was taken out early in the match.
Yep.
So that was definitely like where Lex Luger going? Where the hell Lex Luger going?
Right.
But it turns
Yeah.
out to be Hulk Hogan, and it bursts quite possibly the greatest faction in wrestling history, but at the very least, the greatest heel turn of all time when you have somebody who I said has always been a heel, and Bobby the Brain Heenan said it too, became a heel. What are your memories of hearing, either seeing or hearing that, yo, Hulk Hogan the bad guy now?
Yeah. So I did have to hear about it, and I was Like I was in awe. I was like, wait, hold on. Like Hulkamania, Hulk Hogan, like pray, say your prayers and take your vitamins, like that guy. Now granted, Bash at the Beach, to your point, listen, Bash at the Beach was like the in your house of WCW pay-per-views. And I say pay-per-views because that's what they were at the time. And so I never ever felt that I had to see Bash at the Beach. Just like I didn't have to see Stampede and Sturgis or whatever that joint was called. I never felt I had to see any of those. Right? you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to see this.
What
So
Kev just said was Spring Stampede and Hog Wild, ladies and gentlemen.
oh yeah, hey, boom, hey, look, so that's 3, boom. Like the whole summer, I never had to see one WCW pay-per-view just based off the names. I was like, yo, this, well, hey, where Eric Bischoff definitely lost was naming some of these pay-per-views. But to tune in to Nitro and to see the aftermath, I was like, yo, they throwing stuff at Hulk Hogan. And he snatched up Mean Gene and asked him, what you gonna do? And I was like, whoa,
I got a
this
fleet of
is
lawyers.
crazy.
Let me go.
Yeah. And and now, so this is 96, so I'm 15. And my first thought was, whoa, the WWF really did invade, if you will, the WCW. So this really is Razor Ramon and Diesel with Hulk Hogan. Like, oh wow, this is really it. But then you see the promos and you see that it's just this NWO thing is now the thing. And I'll never forget, because again, at 15 years old, I've now aged out of the version of Hulk Hogan that made me love wrestling.
Mm.
But this is a shock to the system, and this is more in line with how I feel about life right now. Like, like the rap music is ultra violent. You know what I'm saying? This is 1996. I'm still listening to Ready to Die. I got the Lost Boys Legal Drug Money playing. I have shoot, this 96. Oh wait, well, I love Lil Kim's Hardcore, but for different reasons. So, like, so this is a very pivotal time, not only for me coming of age, but as just a wrestling fan. I already know I want to see something different, and now this guy who has been heralded like superhero like is now in my face like, nah, we on some outlaw-ish right now, and this is what it is, and I'm responding and I'm receptive to it. So I had to go back and watch the match. And to go back and watch the match, man, the brilliance of Bobby Heenan just really needs to be highlighted. Like, I understand that the moment is to be the moment that Hulk Hogan created, but boy, oh boy, y'all need to really listen to how Bobby Heenan is selling this for everybody. I think Bobby Heenan put Tony Schiavone over. I think he put over Sting. I think he put over the Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. I think everything in that entire match and the way it breaks down, if you listening to Bobby Heenan, boy, is that a master class on how to sell a match, sell the commentary, sell tomorrow's story, as well as sell what you know that you've already seen with your own 2 eyes at the same daggone time. So when we remember the NWO being created 30 years ago, I think everything on the surface is what it is. And I'm not trying to diminish it because the man is passed and we found out he's racist and all this. Hulk Hogan is still responsible for, again, probably in some people's mind, he probably has 3 or 5 of the biggest moments in wrestling ever. So, and I will not take that away from him. But man, 30 years later, and shows like Unreal exist, and all this breaking the fourth rope and behind the curtain and all this. Listen to Bobby Heenan during that match. much like Bobby Heenan at the Royal Rumble that Ric Flair won. Masterclass on how to sell a moment in wrestling. It's a great moment in wrestling, no matter what we think about people present day. I am very happy to live in that time, even though I didn't see the match in real time, because this right here, for all you young wrestling fans, this is really why a show like this exists. This is why it's 4 decades later and we still wrestling fans, because of moments like that happening. It is one of the greatest moments of my wrestling life, even on the replay. And definitely that there is no diminishing or underselling that, no matter what year it is. So, man, just salute to everybody involved. It's wild that only Kevin Nash is and Lex Luger are alive, I think, in that whole ring, I think.
Sting, so in
Yes, I'm
that
sorry.
ring, Kevin Nash, Sting, and Lex Luger are the only ones still alive.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you want to add announcers, Tony Schiavone too,
yeah,
Dusty
yeah,
Rhodes, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Randy Pee Wee Anderson, along with Macho Man and Hulk Hogan and Scott Hall are all gone.
yeah,
So half of the people in
yeah,
that are gone.
yeah. And man, so sorry, y'all. Nostalgia wins and will win forever on a moment like this. Period.
Um, if I can remember this correctly, the night after Nitro, I mean the night after that Nitro afterwards,
Hmm.
they didn't show much.
Nope.
They showed what happened, but there was no we're gonna talk to Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash and all of those people. We
No.
have to wait a week.
Yep. And it's black and white promo.
Yeah, we had to wait a week. And that I think is what made this even better because you heard it and you was like, shit, I gotta watch Nitro tonight.
Yep.
And then in watching Nitro that next night, it was like, yo, we don't hear nothing from nobody. Like we still don't hear nothing from nobody. So now we gotta wait a week. So now in waiting a week, then that's when you get Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall coming, and then the police. The police like, oh, I mean, this seems real.
Hmm.
Then we have one of the funniest moments in wrestling history, which is Rey Mysterio getting thrown up
Like
against
a man threw him like
the
a dart
trailer,
against the
like
train.
threw him like a dart. So I say all that to say this. Um, for somebody who has always thought that Hulk Hogan was a heel, this is way before anything has come out about Hulk Hogan. For
Hmm.
anybody that knows me, I've never been a real true Hulk Hogan fan. And Hulk Hogan, the only time I believe Hulk Hogan wasn't a heel in the Hulkamania era is when he went up against Sergeant Slaughter.
Hmm.
Only time. Only time, because he was doing it for America, right?
Yeah.
Um, when you look back, yeah, that is one of the most shocking moments, if not the most shocking moment in wrestling history. And why I sometimes hate the dirt sheets.
Mm.
I I want to get back to a world where we are honestly shocked at what we see. We're actually surprised at what we're seeing. We're not hearing chants or anything like that when somebody does not, like right before somebody comes out, because we know what's going to happen. I want to be surprised. I want to be disappointed.
Yeah.
That is the era of wrestling that I miss.
Yeah.
Being surprised, I want to be surprised, and I want to be disappointed at these wrestling moments. And we
Yeah.
don't get that. So when I look at when I look at July 7th, 1996, it's one of the last times I can say that I was really shocked and surprised. That I was
Mm.
really taken aback, that I
Yeah.
really marked out and really was like, yo, I gotta go find out what happened because I did not see this live and I think everybody is lying.
Yeah.
Like I want to get back to a level where you like, whoa, I cannot believe they did that. Or, man, that's bullshit that they did that. I want to get back to that level. The other part of it too is I don't like these groups we currently have. I don't like these factions
Yeah,
that we currently have. I don't like the Judgment Day, and I don't like the Vision and stuff, and I don't like the group that they got in AEW with John Moxley. Like I don't like these groups, and part of the reason why I don't like these groups, and yes, this is nostalgia kicking in, is because of two groups: the Four Horsemen and the NWO. The Four Horsemen, it was just a lot of swag in that with two members that's very swagless for the most part.
right.
For the most part, they always had two people that just didn't have swag. They just whooped everybody ass. And then at a certain point, it was just like, yo, Ric Flair got all the swag and everybody else don't.
Yeah,
But the NWO, man, it was just something about the NWO until they started adding everybody in their mama. If there was one group that I wish that could come back in some capacity, it is the NWO. And I wouldn't be mad at it. You just got to do it right. You
yeah,
can't you can't have it led by the random cats.
right.
Because the best thing, to me, the best thing about the NWO, and it's no diss to Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen, but the best thing about the NWO is when it debuted, it really swallowed everything. July 8th, you cared nothing about the Four Horsemen or the Flock or anybody else that was around. At that point, the only reason why you cared about that group is to destroy the NWO. If you were not a fan, it's like, yo, we all got to band together because there's something different about these guys. I can't remember a group where I truly felt is something different about them. But at the same time, when you have Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall, you're not gonna get that.
Yeah,
You
because
had
unfortunately,
attempts.
yeah, that unfortunately, to your point, and why you don't like the factions of today is because you don't have three guys like that anymore. Three guys that, hey man, you know what? I used to get kind of upset and maybe kind of like irritated when wrestlers would be like the business, protect the business. I love the business, and I was just like, yeah, okay. But little did I know that I would see the other side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I would see the guys that really just think that, oh, I just need to be like a badass as a character, and that's gonna be enough. Or I don't want to uh sell on the finisher, or I need to kick out of this finisher two or three times in this match, because we need to be 5-star. The things that Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash truly understand and understood about wrestling are what made it great. And that there was never a time where I felt that Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were less than because they weren't the main guy holding the mic for every promo. And whether they won or lost, it didn't really matter to me. That like, you know, this NWO thing mattered a lot without a title, or
Yep.
without titles in general, or without title matches. That was just like the icing on the cake. I remember the first time when they really won the belts, and there was like, oh my God, now we really can't stop them. It was like, we can't stop them, but if Hogan get this belt, we really can't stop them.
And that hog, wow, he got it against the Giant.
Yeah,
And they
you know what
spray
I'm saying?
painted that bitch.
Right. It's moments like that where, like, like today, like for instance, I mean, look, but not to harp on it, but Austin Theory didn't sell a moment, and he had no clear idea how to. He referring to Paul when really he should be referring to the cameras and the audience is like, see, I know what y'all thought, and this ain't that. Like, yo, I got titles and bad bitches now. What we doing? Like, it was like he didn't even have presence of mind to get himself back over in the moment that was created for him. So that's why factions suck. Bang. like a lot of these dudes don't even realize, like, once the moment is created, sell the moment, overdo the moment, like really feed into that moment happening. Like, a lot of y'all don't even know how to pose for the pyro right after you win some of these matches. I see it. You don't know where camera 3 is, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I look at the end of the day, man. Bring them back. Bring the NWO back. I would love to see that comes back. I would love to see the NWO come back. If you can bring the NWO back with 3 people in the WWE, who would it be?
Ugh. 3 people in the WWE to bring back the NWO. Okay. So I just gotta use it in real time instances. So I am gonna go CM Punk. I'm gonna have CM Punk in the Hogan role for sure. Because you need a guy that can talk like that in that space. Since we are in the interest of just like just creating, for me, I don't know if he's member number 3, but because he came to the front of my mind, I want Logan Paul in it. I do want Logan Paul in it, and I think Logan Paul sitting with CM Punk makes him an even better psychologist in wrestling. And if I had to choose one more person, shoot. Hey man, hey look, since he is back and he is about 7 feet, and it would make sense because he knows how to get over it, Baron Corbin. CM Punk, Baron Corbin, Logan Paul. That's what's at the front of my mind. Because I think you get a good combination of, one, a guy that can really talk and can really sell this crowd face or heel. You got the guy that's just synonymous with getting himself over, which I felt Scott Hall always was to me, as well as Kevin Nash. I won't take it away from him either. But then you just got the young guy who at least knows how to create a moment in the business, and it's just going to get better every time he takes a rep, and that's Logan Paul to me. If I had to pick 3, that's my 3 right now at the front of my mind.
So 2 of yours are people that I would have in the group too. I mentioned Baron Corbin a little bit ago, and the reason why I mentioned Baron Corbin is part of this. Baron Corbin would be the number 3 on the list because you need somebody that doesn't necessarily have to win a title, but you need somebody with a protected finisher, and you need a big man.
Mm-hmm.
So the number 3 on that joint would be Baron Corbin. Number 2 would be somebody that has lineage when it comes to the NWO. And that's Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's uncle was once a high-ranking member of this joint. If there's anybody that could bring it back and get that love, that hey, thumbs up, we got you. It's Braun Breaker.
The last member that mattered.
Yep. And the number 1 person is CM Punk, because everything that I said earlier in the podcast, he's Hogan now, y'all.
Yeah.
He's now part of the establishment. In this case, he was the anti-establishment. Now he goes from being the anti-establishment to now being the establishment, the way you look at what happened with the Sami Zayn thing. But at SummerSlam, you get Braun telling Paul Heyman, F you. You get Baron Corbin being the guy, again, very protected finisher, a very good henchman that'll hold it down for everybody. And then you get CM Punk basically saying, hey, it's a new day. I don't care about what I had before me. I don't care about what was going on in this time. This is what it is. This is the New World Order. This is the NWO. And
Mhm.
I am going to be the parasite that I was 10 years ago to this
Mhm.
company. Any
Hey,
guarantees?
no guarantee, no guarantee. But real quick, I do want to say on this NWO thing, real quick. Punk, Baron, Braun, Logan, Dom, and Liv, you can close the door. I I'd be in. I'd be super sold on that. But no guarantees for me. I need to watch wrestling, y'all. I've been catching bits and pieces. I will have one for you next week because we will be back next week. But no guarantees for me. I guarantee I'm gonna watch wrestling. How's that? I guarantee I, Camp from the Port, will watch wrestling. I have more to say about wrestling next week.
My guarantee is Maxine Dupri is not gonna get over Austin Theory. So, with that being said, Camp, close us out.
That's actually a great guarantee.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what give us one. That might be in the top 10. That might be in the top 10. Because I mean, Bang be knowing is all those are always in the top.
we're
But
not gonna look at Austin Theory and be like, "Yo, that he finally about to be next" because he got Maxine Dupri. No, because we already got Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. All right, we
well,
straight. Well, we
you know what
good,
I'm
man.
saying?
Y'all,
There it
y'all,
is.
y'all, y'all ain't even a little joker, man. Y'all not even the poor man's version of what we got over here, fam. Like y'all not even doing it right. Y'all ain't even believable. Y'all just two white people. All right, y'all. Yeah, like y'all just two white people, fam. You know, we know Maxine married. She married to a brother, fam.
Mm,
Y'all don't even look right together. Y'all don't even
yeah,
look right together. Nah, we straight.
there it is. So hey, listen, man. Hey, on our anniversary, on this 9 years in, on just this July, man, we thank y'all for tuning in. Um, Donnie, thank you for the message earlier. I did not miss it. I appreciate that. And thank you to everybody that tunes into the stream. Um, and everybody that tunes into the First Black Champ podcast, man, we definitely gratefully and graciously appreciate all of your participation in any way that you decide to do it. We obviously can do the show without you, but you make the community what it is, and we thank and appreciate you for that. We will be back next week. Yes, consistency will be the key, and we're going to get the keys and we're going to roll out. So, man, if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. It's the pick with the VP DOC, and we are out. I love you, Nia Jax.